Hi y'all, it's Suzanne. Welcome to day 28 of Begin Your Yoga Journey. Today I have a stretch practice prepared, yin style. We store so much of our stress and emotional junk in our hips. Today we're going to focus on releasing the hips, which also impacts the low back. Let's get started. We'll begin today's stretch yin style practice in an easy seat. So come to whatever seat is comfortable for you. Maybe elevate your hips on a block, a blanket, a bolster. And once you're there, you can pull the flesh out from around your bum and thighs, which will allow you to access your sits bones and sit a little bit taller. Crown of the head towards the sky. Belly in for excellent posture, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Close the eyes. Constrict the back of the throat so that the breath begins to create an ocean-like sound. Focus on the sound of your breath. Notice the texture of your breath. Do you feel a bit more at ease as you focus on the breath? I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. Bring the hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum and just take a bow to yourself for making it to your mat today. Gently allow the head to come back up. You can remove anything that is underneath your seat and come directly onto your bum. If you would like to use bolsters, blankets, blocks for any of this practice, you are more than welcome to. They might just allow you to be a little more comfortable as we come into some of these longer holds. Typically in yin classes, you'll see holds of 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes longer. I'm going to use my stopwatch on my phone and we'll hold each shape for about 2 minutes. You are seated on your mat. Bring the feet to butterfly and just decide where you want your heels. Closer in, a little further out. And then you're going to straighten the left leg. You'll bring the right foot to the inner thigh. Turn towards the left leg. Inhale. On an exhale, begin to walk forward. Your torso may not come all the way down to the left leg. Maybe you want to place a bolster or a block there. Notice what's going on in the left hamstring and just relax over that left leg, also letting the low back go. As you settle in, you might begin to come deeper, which will allow you to remove any prop you may have put in place. Simply breathe. I'm going to be quiet during these longer holds and allow you to acknowledge any thoughts that come up. Acknowledge them, release them. I'm going to be quiet so that I don't impose my thoughts or sensations on you. Notice the sensations as we come into these longer holds. Maybe go a little bit deeper for these last few breaths. Walk the hands back up the left leg. Step the right foot out. Bring the left to meet the right, returning to butterfly. Pause here for just a moment. Take the right leg long. Left foot comes inside the right thigh. Turn towards the right leg, and then you'll begin to walk the upper body forward. I'm going to begin with my block and bolster here for a little extra support as I settle in, while my hamstring releases just a bit. For me, as I begin to release in the right hamstring, I will move the block and bolster from my leg and come down a little deeper. You get to decide. No work here. Just let it go. Send the breath into all of the tight spots. Go deeper as you're able. Don't force anything. Walk the hands back up the right leg. Left foot away from the leg. Return to butterfly. Use your hands to gently close the knees. Place your hands behind you and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. No fancy transition. Make your way into a neutral tabletop. Shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. You're going to step your left leg out to the side. You will likely feel a stretch in the inner left thigh. This may be where you want to stay. You are welcome to tuck the toes or to keep the top of the foot on the earth. You can press the hips back and come down onto the elbows, really coming into the interior of that left hip. You might want to use blocks, a blanket or a bolster to rest on. You can even rest your chin in your hands. You get to decide. Slowly deepen into this pose as you're able. Wiggle around and make adjustments as you need to. Come back up on the palms. Gently step the left foot in towards the body. Return to your neutral tabletop. Let's just wag the tail back and forth. This time, your right foot steps to the side. Option to tuck the left toes and press the hips back. You can come down to the elbows, to the earth, a block, blanket, or bolster. Maybe you bring the elbows simply to the mat. We're here for our deep hold. Send the breath into the interior of your right hip. Deepen as you're able. You can even rest the face in the hands. Right foot on the mat, toes up, whatever feels best for you. Notice the sensations. Maybe pull back if you need to. Maybe you'll pull back and go a little bit deeper, doing such good work for the body, stretching everything out. Come back up on the palms, bring the hips forward. You'll bring the right foot and knee in to meet the left, and then wag the tail. Before we go anywhere else, let's just lie on our back for a moment. Come all the way down, and we'll just take a moment of rest before we move into additional shapes and poses. We're next going to come into half pigeon or sleeping swan, as it's called in a yin practice. If you know that that is not a shape for your body, you are welcome to take a figure 4. So continue lying on your mat. Everyone else will come up, make your way to neutral tabletop, step the hands out, half a palm print. Inhale, on your exhale, come to down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, the left knee steps through to the left wrist. You'll press your left knee away from the body. Walk the hands into the body. Look over the shoulders to square everything out. Top of your right foot is on the mat. Inhale. On an exhale, begin to walk the upper body forward. You may only walk the hands out just a little bit. You may come down to your elbows. Maybe you come all the way down, bringing your torso to the mat. If you are in figure 4, you are on your back. The right leg is bent, left foot flexed, ankle above the knee. Press out and maybe reach through. You work the exact same thing in figure 4 as you do half pigeon. Sometimes figure 4 is simply a little more accessible in the body. You are welcome to use blocks, blankets to rest on, a bolster, whatever would feel best in your practice. Sometimes it's nice to put a block under the hip. So if you would like, you can place a block underneath the left glute. Slowly lower as you're able. Maybe pull back if you need to. If you know you're going to take figure 4 on the opposite side, stay where you are. Sleeping swans, walk the hands back in. You'll tuck the right toes, raise the right knee, gently step the left leg back, down dog, pedal it out for a moment. Figure 4s, go ahead and switch it out. Left foot on the floor, flex the right foot, right ankle above the left knee. If you're coming to sleeping swan, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, the right knee comes through to the right wrist. Top of the left foot is on the mat. Walk the hands back in towards the body. Look over the shoulders to square everything out. Inhale. On an exhale, begin to walk it forward. Ease into this. You might want to place a block underneath the right glute. Come to your level. Send the breath into the exterior of your right hip. Notice the sensations. Notice what's going on in the body in sleeping swan and figure 4. Pull back a little bit and then come back in deeper if that works for you, if that's what you need to do. Maybe you're simply ready to go deeper. Your body, your practice, you always get to decide. Figure 4, stay where you are. The sleeping swans. Walk the hands back in towards the body. Roll over onto your right hip. Bring the left leg around. Move slowly. Hands at your side. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Everyone. And then again, we will come on to the back. Just letting our bones, our muscles, our connective tissue settle for a moment. Let's slowly begin to walk the feet in. Roll over to either side. Use the top hand to support you as you come up to a seated position. So we're going to come into cat, pulling its tail here. So what I would like for you to do is lie on your back. Pull the left knee in, the left leg, hold it. You can straighten the right leg. Take the left leg all the way over to the right. You'll prop yourself up on the right elbow. Bend the right leg. The left hand reaches back and catches the right leg. Cat pulling its tail. So the left leg is over to the right. My foot is resting on my bolster because it was there. Right knee is bent under the body. Left hand catches the right knee. My head initially propped up in the hand. I'm going to rest it on the bicep and just work towards bringing my left shoulder down. You'll feel a nice deep stretch in the right quad. You can pull the heel in closer to the bum to deepen your quad stretch. This is also a pose where you can use a strap or a tie or even a towel. If the left hand doesn't quite catch the right foot, wrap something around it to pull the foot in a little closer to the body. You could also come to a half hero with the left leg straight, the right knee bent back to feel the quad stretch, and then you can walk the hands back. You could have bolsters or blankets behind you. To rest on. Gently release the left hand from the right foot. Slowly return, coming onto your back. Bend the knees, Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Again, we come onto the back. Bring the right leg in. Take the right leg all the way across to the left side. You will prop yourself up with the left elbow. Create distance between the legs. Right hand reaches back and catches the left foot. As you settle in, you might want to bring the head down to your left bicep. You might want to use a strap or a tie. See if you can get your right shoulder down to the mat. Notice how that changes the sensation. Pull your left heel in closer to the bum. Send the breath into your left quad. Same option of coming to hero pose where you would bend the left leg back and then bring the hands behind you, come down to the elbows. Maybe have a bolster or blanket behind you if you're coming into this half hero pose. Continue to enjoy the stretch in the left hamstring. Continue to enjoy the stretch in the left quad. Send the breath into your left quadricep. If you moved into hero pose, gently make your way back to having a straight left leg. If you took cat pulling its tail, release the foot. Let's come all the way onto our backs. Once you're there, pull the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. And we'll take just a moment in waterfall pose with the legs up in the air. Allow the blood to flow in the opposite direction, which is calming, healing, and peaceful. Slowly bring the knees back into the chest. Let's make our way into our final resting pose, Savasana. You will lie flat on your mat, completely effortless. If you would like to place a pillow, a blanket, a bolster underneath the knees for some extra support, you have that option. I also have a blanket underneath my head. Close the eyes, let any effort go. Allow yourselves to just be as the benefits of this yin style stretch class, opening up the hips, sweep over and through the body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, maybe the ankles and the wrists. Take a big stretch up overhead to reawaken the body. Reach from the fingertips down to the toes. And then you will slowly roll to one side. It does not matter which, in the fetal position. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, an expression of self-love, of gratitude to the body and mind for the work you did during this practice. Squeeze a little bit tighter because you can. Top hand supports you as you come up, making your way to a seated position. Once you're there, just find an easy, comfortable seat. Hands at heart center, at the knees, or in the lap. Close the eyes. I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. I am strong. I am committed. I finish what I start. I began this yoga journey because. Enter your why. Let's bring the hands to heart center. We'll close out our practice with a unifying cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, pause. Exhale, forcefully sigh it out. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. It is always an honor. I humbly bow to you. Namaste. Thank you so much for trusting me to guide you through your practice. So much love. Bye.